Why do some people seem to have it all together while others struggle to make even the smallest progress? It's not luck or talent, it's habits. And today we're diving into 10 habits that can change your life forever. By the end of this video, you'll wonder why no one told you about these sooner. Think about this every single day. Your habits shape your future. Good or bad, they're the silent architects of your destiny. Most of us live on autopilot, repeating routines that either build us up or tear us down. But here's the good news: you have the power to rewrite the script. Today, we're talking about 10 life-changing habits that, if you start now, will set you on a path you'll wish you'd taken years ago. Let's get right into it. Habit 1, start your day with purpose. Imagine this: the alarm goes off and your hand instinctively reaches for the phone. Before you know it, you're scrolling through email, social media, or news updates. The minutes fly by and suddenly the morning feels chaotic. Sound familiar? This isn't just a bad habit, it's a trap. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Each morning is like a blank canvas full of potential, but when you fill it with distractions, you're essentially handing control of your day to something or someone else. So how do you break free from this cycle? The answer is deceptively simple: start your day with purpose. Now, what does that look like in practice? Let's break it down. The first thing to realize is that your morning isn't just a transition between sleep and work, it's your launch pad. Think of it as the foundation of a building. A weak foundation leads to instability, but a strong one supports everything you build throughout the day. And the best part? You don't need hours to create a purposeful morning. 5 to 10 minutes is enough if you're intentional about it. Start with a moment of clarity. Before diving into your to-do list, take a deep breath and pause. Ask yourself one crucial question: what's the one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals? Not 10 things. Not 5, just one. When you identify that single meaningful task, you give yourself a clear direction. You're no longer reacting to the day, you're leading it. Next, write it down. Why? Because writing solidifies intention. It's one thing to think about your priorities, it's another to put them on paper. When you write something down, it becomes tangible. It's a commitment. And every time you look at that written goal throughout the day, you're reminded of what matters most. Now let's talk about distractions. They're everywhere, especially in the morning. The moment you unlock your phone, you're bombarded with notifications, messages, and updates. Each one demands your attention, pulling you away from your purpose. The solution? Don't even look. Resist the urge to check your phone first thing in the morning. Instead, create a ritual that aligns with your goals. Maybe it's journaling, meditating, or reading something inspirational. Whatever it is, make it a habit that fuels your mind and spirit. Here's another powerful practice: visualization. Spend a minute or two imagining your day going well. Picture yourself completing that one important task. Feel the sense of accomplishment. Visualization isn't just daydreaming, it's a way to program your mind for success. When you see success in your mind, you're more likely to create it in reality. But let's be honest, some mornings are harder than others. You wake up tired, stressed, or unmotivated. On those days, starting with purpose feels like climbing a mountain. That's when discipline comes into play. Purpose isn't about always feeling motivated, it's about showing up no matter how you feel. Even if all you can do is write down your one goal for the day, that's enough. The act of prioritizing, even in the smallest way, can shift your mindset. And here's the beauty of starting your day with purpose: it creates momentum. Momentum is powerful because it builds on itself. When you start your day with intention, you're more likely to make purposeful decisions throughout the day. It's like setting a domino in motion. One small action can lead to big results. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off, pause for a moment. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for your phone, reach for your purpose. Ask yourself that one question: what's the one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals? Write it down. Focus on it. Protect it. And watch how your day transforms. Because success isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right thing, starting with how you begin your day. Habit 2, learn to say no. Imagine someone asks you to take on one more task, attend one more meeting, or help with one more project. You don't want to disappoint them, so you say yes even though your plate is already full. Hours later, you're stressed, overwhelmed, and wondering why you agreed in the first place. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. Most people struggle with saying no, but here's the truth: every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you're saying no to something that does. Let that sink in. Time is finite. You can't do everything, and you shouldn't try. The key to a focused, fulfilling life isn't doing more, it's doing less, but doing it better. And that starts with mastering the art of saying no. Saying no isn't selfish, it's strategic. It's about protecting your time, energy, and priorities. Think of your time as the most valuable thing you own. Would you give away your money carelessly? Of course not. So why give away your time? Every yes comes with a cost. The question is it worth it? Here's the first step: get clear on your priorities. When you know what matters most, it's easier to recognize what doesn't. Ask yourself, what are my top 3 priorities right now? Maybe it's your career, your health, and your family. Or maybe it's a specific project or goal. Whatever they are, write them down, keep them front and center, because every decision you make should align with those priorities. Now let's talk about boundaries. Saying no isn't just about the word itself, it's about setting clear boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls, they're guardrails. They protect you from veering off course. For example, if you've decided to focus on a major project, set a boundary around your time. That might mean declining last-minute requests, skipping unnecessary meetings, or turning down social invitations. It's not about being rude, it's about being intentional. But here's the challenge: saying no is uncomfortable. It feels awkward. You worry about hurting someone's feelings or damaging a relationship. That's normal. But remember, saying no isn't about rejecting the person, it's about rejecting the request. And there's a way to do it respectfully. For example, instead of saying, "I can't help with this," try saying, "I'd love to help, but I'm fully committed right now," or "This sounds like a great opportunity, but I need to focus on my current priorities." Notice how the tone is firm but polite. Here's another important point: practice makes it easier. The more you say no, the more confident you'll become. Start small. Say no to something low stakes, like an optional meeting or a casual favor. Over time, you'll build the courage to say no to bigger requests that don't align with your goals. But what about the fear of missing out? That's a big one. When you say no, you're closing the door on something, and that can feel scary. But here's the truth: every no creates space for a better yes. By saying no to what doesn't matter, you're saying yes to what does. You're saying yes to your goals, your health, your relationships, and your peace of mind. And let's not forget the ripple effect. When you protect your time and focus on your priorities, you're not just improving your own life, you're setting an example for others. You're showing them that it's okay to value their time too. You're inspiring them to set boundaries and pursue what truly matters. So the next time someone asks for your time or energy, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to decline. Be firm, be respectful, and remember, saying no isn't a rejection, it's a decision. A decision to focus on what matters most. And in the end, that's what leads to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. Habit 3, practice the power of consistency. Consistency is the great equalizer. It's the bridge between dreams and reality, between potential and achievement. Think about it, the most successful people in any field didn't get there by doing something extraordinary once. No, they got there by doing the ordinary things extraordinarily well, over and over again. Now, what comes to mind when you hear the word consistency? Some think it's boring, some think it's rigid. But let's reframe it. Consistency isn't boring, it's empowering. It's the secret ingredient in the recipe for success. Small actions repeated daily are like drops of water carving a path through stone. Over time, they create a powerful flow. Here's the truth: intensity might get you started, but consistency keeps you going. Imagine you're trying to fill a bucket with water. You could pour in a huge splash all at once, but the bucket may tip over. Or you could fill it steadily, one drop at a time, until it's full. That's the power of consistency. Let's look at an example. Imagine someone decides to run a marathon. They're excited, they're pumped up, and on the first day they run 10 miles, but their muscles ache, their energy drains, and they quit after day 1. Compare this to someone who runs just 1 mile a day, every day, building stamina gradually. In a month, who's in better shape? It's not the person who ran 10 miles once, it's the person who showed up every day. Consistency isn't about grand gestures. It's about showing up, no matter how you feel, rain or shine, good day or bad day, you show up. You might be tempted to wait until conditions are perfect, but perfection is a myth. Conditions will never be perfect. And here's the irony: waiting for perfection is the quickest route to procrastination. So how do we cultivate consistency? First, start small. Start so small that it almost feels silly. Want to read more? Commit to reading 1 page a day. Want to exercise? Do 1 push-up a day. These small actions might seem insignificant, but they're not. They're building the habit of showing up. And once you've established the habit, you can build on it. Second, track your progress. There's something powerful about seeing your streak grow. Whether it's a calendar, an app, or a simple notebook, mark every day you stick to your habit. Each mark is a small victory, a reminder of your commitment. Third, focus on the process, not the outcome. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results. But consistency is about playing the long game. Results will come, but only if you stick with it. Trust the process. Water the seed, and in time it will grow. Finally, give yourself grace. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. You will have off days, you will miss a day, that's okay. What matters is how quickly you get back on track. Don't let one missed day turn into a missed week or month. Remember, it's what you do most of the time that matters, not what you do occasionally. Let's put this into perspective. If you save just $5 a day, in a year you'll have $1,825. Now imagine saving $5 every day for 10 years. That's over $18,000 without counting interest or investment growth. Small, consistent actions create big results over time. The same principle applies to relationships, skills, health, and personal growth. Want to improve your relationships? Consistently express gratitude. Want to learn a new skill? Practice a little every day. Want to improve your health? Make small, consistent changes to your diet and exercise routine. The key isn't doing something extraordinary once, it's doing the ordinary things consistently. So let's make a commitment today. Let's commit to consistency. Start small, track your progress, focus on the process, and give yourself grace. Remember, success isn't built in a day, but it is built daily. What you do today matters. What you do tomorrow matters. And when you string those days together, you create something extraordinary. Habit 4, master your emotions. Life is unpredictable. Things won't always go your way, and that's okay. What matters isn't what happens to you, it's how you respond. Mastering your emotions is one of the most powerful skills you can develop, because your emotions shape your decisions, and your decisions shape your life. Let's start with this question: who's in control, you or your emotions? Most people let their emotions run the show. Something goes wrong and they react. Someone says something hurtful and they lash out. But here's the problem: reacting emotionally often leads to regret. It's like driving a car with no brakes. You're moving, but you're not in control. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. Emotions are natural, and they're there for a reason. Anger signals injustice. Fear signals danger. Sadness signals loss. These emotions aren't bad, they're information. The key is to acknowledge them without letting them control you. Let's say someone cuts you off in traffic. Your initial reaction might be anger. Your heart races, your hands grip the wheel, and you're tempted to honk or shout. But pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace of mind? Will this matter a year from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. When you pause, you create space between the stimulus and your response, and in that space, you regain control. Another powerful strategy is reframing. Let's say you face a setback at work. Instead of thinking, why does this always happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Reframing turns obstacles into opportunities. It shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you can gain. Breathing is another underrated tool for emotional mastery. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow. But deep, intentional breaths calm the nervous system. The next time you're overwhelmed, try this: inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and repeat. It's simple, but it works. Now let's talk about fear. Fear is one of the most paralyzing emotions. It keeps people stuck in their comfort zones. But here's the truth: most of the things we fear never happen. Fear is often a product of our imagination, not reality. The next time fear holds you back, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? And if it happens, can I handle it most of the time? The answer is yes. Anger is another challenging emotion. When left unchecked, it can damage relationships and cloud judgment. But anger, when managed wisely, can be a powerful motivator for change. The key is to channel it constructively. Instead of lashing out, express your feelings calmly. Instead of dwelling on the problem, focus on solutions. And then there's joy. Yes, joy is an emotion we must master too. Why? Because many people don't allow themselves to feel it fully. They're so focused on what's wrong that they miss what's right. Mastering your emotions means embracing the good moments and savoring them. Gratitude amplifies joy. When you focus on what you're thankful for, your perspective shifts. You see abundance instead of lack. So how do we master our emotions? First, practice self-awareness. Pay attention to your triggers. What situations tend to upset you? What makes you anxious? When you know your triggers, you can prepare for them. Second, build emotional resilience. Life will test you. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will challenge you. But resilience is about bouncing back. It's about saying, this too shall pass, and finding strength in adversity. Third, surround yourself with emotionally intelligent people. Emotions are contagious. If you spend time with people who are calm, positive, and wise, their energy will influence you. On the flip side, if you're surrounded by negativity, it's harder to stay in control. Remember that emotional mastery is a journey, not a destination. You won't get it right every time, and that's okay. What matters is progress, not perfection. Each day is an opportunity to practice, to learn, and to grow. So as you go through life, remember this: you are not your emotions. You are the one experiencing them. And as the one in control, you have the power to choose how you respond. Master your emotions and you master your life. Habit 5, cultivate gratitude daily. Gratitude is more than a polite thank you or an occasional acknowledgement of something good in your life. It's a transformative habit that changes how you see the world and ultimately how the world responds to you. When you actively practice gratitude, you're training your mind to focus on what you have rather than what you lack. And this subtle shift can ripple through every part of your life. Imagine starting your day with a simple exercise, writing down 3 things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be complicated or grand. You could jot down the taste of your morning coffee, the warmth of the sun on your face, or a kind smile from a stranger. What matters isn't the size of the moment, but the act of recognizing it. By doing this daily, you're teaching your brain to look for the good, and it's astonishing how much good you'll find when you start looking. Science supports this. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress and depression. They sleep better, feel more optimistic, and even report better physical health. Why? Because gratitude shifts your focus from problems to possibilities. It rewires your brain to notice opportunities instead of obstacles. And when you're in that mindset, you naturally attract more positivity into your life. But gratitude isn't just about what you feel internally. It's also about how you interact with others. Think about the last time someone sincerely expressed their gratitude to you. How did it make you feel? Likely it deepened your connection with that person. Gratitude creates a cycle of positivity. When you're grateful, you're kinder, more generous, and more patient. Those qualities in turn draw people toward you, building stronger relationships and opening doors you didn't even know existed. Some might argue that life is too challenging for gratitude. Bills pile up, relationships get strained, and work can feel overwhelming. But here's the truth: gratitude isn't about ignoring challenges, it's about finding the good despite them. It's not naive optimism, it's resilience. When you cultivate gratitude, you're not pretending life is perfect. You're acknowledging that even in imperfection, there is beauty. Even in struggle, there are lessons. Even in chaos, there are moments of calm. If you want to make gratitude a habit, consistency is key. Start small. Each morning or evening, write down those 3 things. Over time, expand the practice. Write why you're grateful for each item. Reflect on how it's impacted your life. And don't keep it to yourself. Share your gratitude with others. Tell your family, friends, or coworkers what you appreciate about them. A simple "I'm grateful for your support" can strengthen bonds in ways you can't imagine. As this habit becomes second nature, you'll notice something remarkable. The more grateful you are, the more reasons you'll find to be grateful. Opportunities will seem to appear out of nowhere. Problems that once felt insurmountable will feel manageable. And your life will feel richer, not because of what you've gained materially, but because of how you've chosen to see the world. Gratitude isn't just a tool for happiness, it's a tool for success. It helps you stay grounded, keeps you focused on what truly matters, and gives you the energy to move forward. So take a moment today to pause, reflect, and appreciate. It's one of the simplest habits you can cultivate, but its impact is profound. Habit 6, invest in relationships. Success is often portrayed as a solo journey, a mountain you climb alone to reach the summit of your dreams. But real success is rarely achieved in isolation. It's deeply intertwined with the people around you. Your relationships with family, friends, colleagues, and even acquaintances are the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life. When you invest in these relationships, you're not just enriching others' lives, you're creating a support system that propels you forward. Think about the people in your life who matter most. How often do you make time for them? Not just in passing or through a quick text, but truly being present. Listening without distraction, engaging without an agenda, and showing up when it matters most. These actions, simple as they may seem, are the bedrock of strong relationships. And strong relationships, in turn, are the bedrock of success. At the heart of investing in relationships is the principle of giving. But giving doesn't always mean material gifts. It can be as simple as your time, attention, or words of encouragement. When you're genuinely interested in someone's well-being, they can feel it. People remember how you make them feel, and when you make them feel valued, they're more likely to reciprocate. One of the most powerful ways to invest in relationships is to listen. Not just hear, but truly listen. When someone speaks, resist the urge to formulate your response or share your own story. Instead, focus entirely on them. Ask questions that show you care. Validate their feelings. Listening is a rare and precious gift in a world where everyone is eager to be heard. By giving it, you're strengthening your connections in profound ways. Another key to building meaningful relationships is reliability. Be someone who keeps their promises. When you say you'll do something, follow through. When someone needs you, be there. Reliability builds trust, and trust is the cornerstone of any strong relationship. Without it, even the most charismatic or generous gestures fall flat. It's also important to remember that relationships require effort. They don't thrive on autopilot. Like a garden, they need regular care. This means checking in, celebrating milestones, and being there during tough times. It means putting aside your ego and apologizing when you've made a mistake. It means recognizing that relationships aren't about perfection, they're about connection. Investing in relationships isn't just about the personal. It's also crucial in professional settings. Your career success is often determined not just by what you know, but by who you know and how you interact with them. Networking, collaborating, and maintaining professional relationships can open doors you didn't even know existed. But remember, professional relationships should be approached with the same sincerity as personal ones. People can sense when you're only interested in what they can do for you. Genuine interest and mutual respect go a long way. Don't underestimate the power of small gestures. A handwritten note, a thoughtful text, or even a smile can brighten someone's day and deepen your connection with them. Over time, these small acts of kindness add up, creating a reservoir of goodwill that strengthens your relationships. Success isn't just about climbing higher, it's about lifting others as you rise. When you invest in relationships, you're not just enriching your life, you're creating a legacy. The people you've touched, the lives you've influenced, and the connections you've built are the true markers of a successful life. So take a moment to reflect on the relationships in your life. Who can you reach out to today? How can you show someone they matter? Start small, but start now. Because the quality of your relationships will ultimately define the quality of your life. Habit 7, prioritize your health. Your health is the foundation of everything you do in life. It's the one thing that, once compromised, can affect every aspect of your well-being mentally, emotionally, and physically. Yet, so many people overlook it until it becomes a serious problem. Imagine for a moment that you're building a house. Would you start by putting the roof on before laying the foundation? Of course not. Similarly, your health is your foundation. Without it, nothing else stands firm. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I don't have time to exercise, or eating healthy is too difficult. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the idea of achieving perfect health. But it's important to remember that you don't have to be extreme. You don't need to run marathons, follow the latest fitness trend, or commit to a diet that leaves you feeling deprived. The key to lasting health is consistency in small, manageable steps. Start simple. Let's talk about hydration. Many people go about their day without drinking enough water, not realizing that dehydration can lead to fatigue, poor concentration, and even mood swings. The solution is straightforward: drink more water. It's not about drastically changing your habits overnight, but making small, conscious decisions throughout the day. Whether it's keeping a bottle of water on your desk, setting reminders on your phone, or simply learning to recognize the signs of thirst, Getting enough water is a powerful habit that can have a huge impact on how you feel and function daily. Then, let's move on to sleep. It's no secret that our modern world values productivity above all else, often at the expense of a good night's sleep. People are working longer hours, staying up late, and sacrificing rest. But let's take a step back and think about it. How productive are you really when you're running on empty? Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's during sleep that your body repairs itself, processes information, and rejuvenates. Prioritizing sleep doesn't mean you need to sleep for 12 hours a day, but it does mean that you should respect your body's natural need for rest. Aim for a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Create a restful environment in your bedroom, cool, dark, and quiet. The quality of your sleep will improve, and in turn, your focus, mood, and energy levels will rise. Finally, let's talk about movement. Movement is vital. It doesn't matter if it's a 30-minute walk, a quick stretch, or a full workout session at the gym. What matters is that you're moving your body every single day. Movement boosts circulation, releases endorphins, and keeps your muscles and joints functioning well. It doesn't have to be intense, but it should be consistent. If you can't find the time for a long workout, aim for shorter sessions spread throughout the day. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, park further away from the store, or take a short walk after lunch. These small actions add up over time. The point is, your health is something you must actively protect and prioritize. You only get one body, and how you treat it today will determine how you feel tomorrow, next year, and in the decades to come. Start small, stay consistent, and most importantly, be patient with yourself. Your future self will thank you. Habit 8, become a lifelong learner. Learning is not something you do once and then stop. It's a lifelong pursuit that can keep you growing, evolving, and adapting to the changing world around you. The world doesn't stand still. Technology advances, industries evolve, and new ideas emerge daily. If you stop learning, you risk being left behind. But if you continue to invest in your education, both formal and informal, you will always remain relevant, adaptable, and empowered to create the life you desire. Let's break it down. The first step in becoming a lifelong learner is a mindset shift. It's easy to get comfortable with what you already know, to think that your formal education or experience is enough. But the reality is that learning doesn't stop after school. It's a continuous process, and the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. Embrace this uncertainty and let it be the driving force that propels you forward. Adopt a mindset of curiosity. Ask questions, be open to new ideas and new ways of thinking. Now let's talk about where and how to learn. In today's world, learning opportunities are everywhere. Books, podcasts, online courses, and seminars are readily available. The key is not just consuming information, but applying what you learn. Knowledge is power, yes, but only if it's used. Start by reading. Books are one of the most powerful tools for learning. Whether you're reading about personal development, history, or technical skills, books provide a wealth of knowledge that can expand your understanding and perspective. Make reading a daily habit, even if it's just for 15 to 20 minutes a day. Set a goal to read a certain number of books each year. But remember, it's not about quantity, it's about the quality of the books you choose and how well you apply the information you gather. Next, embrace podcasts. Podcasts are a great way to learn on the go, whether you're commuting, exercising, or doing household chores. Listen to thought leaders, experts, and people who inspire you. Let their ideas challenge and broaden your thinking. But again, don't just passively listen. Take notes, reflect, and think about how you can implement what you hear into your own life. Podcasts are not just entertainment, they're a gateway to knowledge and growth. Online courses are another powerful tool for lifelong learning. With platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning, there are virtually endless courses available on every topic imaginable. The great thing about online courses is that you can learn at your own pace and in your own time. Whether you're looking to learn a new skill for your career or explore a personal interest, there is a course out there for you. Choose courses that excite you and challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone. And as with reading and listening, make sure you apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is like a seed that never gets planted. Now, let's take it a step further. How can you apply what you've learned to your life? When you learn something new, ask yourself how it can benefit you or those around you. How can you use this information to solve problems, improve your work, or enhance your relationships? The most successful people don't just collect knowledge, they actively use it. They understand that learning is about growth and transformation, not just accumulation. The key is consistency. Don't think of learning as something you do only in bursts. Make it a part of your daily routine. Dedicate time to reading, listening, and reflecting every day. Set goals for what you want to learn over the next month, 6 months, and year. Track your progress and celebrate your growth. Becoming a lifelong learner requires discipline, curiosity, and a willingness to evolve. The world is constantly changing, and the best way to stay ahead is to keep learning. And remember, it's not just about gaining knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge to create the life you desire. Stay curious, stay humble, and keep learning. The more you grow, the more opportunities will open up for you. Your greatest asset is not your job title, your connections, or your wealth. It's your ability to learn and adapt. As long as you're committed to growing and improving, you'll always be able to navigate whatever life throws your way. So make a commitment today, become a lifelong learner, and your future self will thank you. Habit 9, focus on solutions, not problems. Life is filled with challenges. From small inconveniences to life-altering difficulties, problems are a universal experience. The key to living a successful and fulfilling life, however, doesn't lie in avoiding problems. It lies in how you choose to approach them. It's easy to fall into the trap of complaining, overthinking, and focusing on the difficulties. But when you do that, you're not solving anything. You're just spinning your wheels, wasting time and energy on the very things that are holding you back. The true difference between those who succeed and those who struggle lies in their ability to shift their focus from the problem to the solution. Problems will come, that's a certainty. But how you handle them, how you navigate through them, is what sets you apart. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what's the next best step I can take? Instead of dwelling on the issue itself or the obstacles in your way, think about what action you can take to move forward. Let's take a step back and understand why focusing on solutions is so powerful. When you focus on problems, you're constantly looking at what's wrong. And when you focus on what's wrong, you magnify it. You create an environment of negativity where nothing ever seems to improve. Your mind becomes clouded by the problem, and you end up paralyzed, unable to make progress. On the other hand, when you focus on solutions, you shift your mindset. You stop seeing obstacles and start seeing opportunities. Instead of fixating on the problem, you ask, how can I solve this, or what can I do next? This change in perspective is like flipping a switch that illuminates a path forward. The moment you begin to think in terms of solutions, you empower yourself to take control of your situation. Take a moment to reflect on some of the most significant challenges in your life. What happened when you focused on the problem? Chances are you felt frustrated, stuck, or overwhelmed. Now think about a time when you chose to focus on the solution. What was the result? You probably felt more capable, energized, and motivated to take action. The shift from problem thinking to solution thinking is not just a mental change, it's a practical one that moves you forward. So how do you make this shift consistently? First, stop complaining. Complaining keeps you stuck in the past, replaying the same negative thoughts over and over. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't solve the problem. The more you complain, the more energy you give to the problem instead of the solution. Instead, focus on what you can do. Even if the problem feels overwhelming, there's always a next step you can take, no matter how small it might seem. Next, stop overthinking. Overthinking is the enemy of progress. When you spend too much time analyzing the problem from every angle, you become paralyzed by indecision. You waste precious time that could be spent finding a solution. Instead, take a deep breath, identify the next step, and take action. It doesn't matter if it's not the perfect solution, because action is always better than inaction. Every step forward is progress. Finally, create a habit of thinking in terms of solutions. When you face a challenge, immediately ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? Make it your default response. The more you practice this habit, the easier it will become to see solutions rather than problems. This mindset will not only help you overcome obstacles, but will also enable you to grow stronger and more resilient over time. The power of focusing on solutions is transformative. It allows you to approach life with confidence, knowing that no matter what challenge comes your way, you have the ability to handle it. You'll stop wasting time and energy on things that don't serve you and start channeling your resources into actions that move you forward. Remember, problems will come, but how you respond is up to you. Shift your focus to solutions and watch how your life begins to change. Habit 10, embrace delayed gratification. We live in a world where instant gratification has become the norm. With the swipe of a finger, we can get what we want, whether it's food, entertainment, or even communication. Technology has made our lives easier in many ways, but it has also trained us to expect immediate results. We've become accustomed to getting things quickly, often without considering the long-term consequences of our actions. However, there's a timeless truth that holds up in every area of life. The best things in life take time. And the ability to delay gratification is a powerful tool that can shape your future success. Delayed gratification is the art of resisting the temptation of an immediate reward in favor of a greater, longer-term goal. It's about recognizing that some of the most valuable things in life, whether it's wealth, success, or personal growth, take time to achieve. It's easy to get distracted by the desire for quick results, but if you're willing to put in the work and be patient, the rewards you'll reap will far outweigh the immediate pleasure of a shortcut. Take a moment to think about the goals you've set for yourself. If you want to achieve anything of significance, whether it's building a successful business, becoming financially independent, or mastering a new skill, it's going to take time. There will be setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. But if you can embrace delayed gratification and keep your eyes on the long-term prize, you will be far more likely to succeed. Let's break this down further. One of the most common areas where delayed gratification comes into play is with money. It's easy to spend impulsively when you're surrounded by advertisements and the lure of immediate pleasure. But every dollar you spend impulsively is a dollar you can't invest in your future. Saving money isn't always fun, and it requires discipline, but every dollar you save is an investment in your future self. It's the same with your career. Success doesn't happen overnight. The best career opportunities are often the result of years of hard work, learning, and preparation. If you're always chasing after the next quick win or shortcut, you'll miss the invaluable experience that comes from long-term effort. Instead, focus on building a solid foundation one step at a time, and trust that the fruits of your labor will come. Similarly, when it comes to personal development, the principle of delayed gratification holds true. Whether you're trying to get in shape, learn a new skill, or improve your mindset, progress takes time. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but remember, true growth happens slowly. It's the daily actions, the consistent effort, that compound over time. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward your goal. So how do you cultivate the ability to delay gratification? It starts with understanding the value of time. Recognize that the effort you put in today will pay off tomorrow. Each action you take towards your long-term goals is an investment in your future. Next, develop the discipline to resist immediate temptations. Whenever you feel the urge to indulge in a short-term pleasure, take a moment to remind yourself of the bigger picture. Whether it's resisting the urge to buy something you don't need, skipping a workout for a moment of relaxation, or choosing to spend time learning instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media, every small decision counts. Delayed gratification is not about deprivation, it's about making choices that align with your long-term goals. It's about having the self-control to invest in your future rather than giving in to fleeting desires. The good news is that the more you practice this habit, the easier it becomes. Each time you resist the urge for instant gratification, you strengthen your willpower and build the foundation for lasting success. Ultimately, embracing delayed gratification is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It's a habit that separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up when things get tough. The path to success is not always easy, but if you can hold your course, trust in the process, and be patient, you will find that the rewards are well worth the wait. So embrace delayed gratification today and take control of your future. Here's the bottom line: life doesn't change in an instant, it changes in the small decisions you make every day. These 10 habits may seem simple, but their impact is profound. The moment you commit to them, you'll start to see a shift, not just in your results, but in how you feel about yourself and your life. To recap, start your day with purpose. Learn to say no and guard your time. Be consistent, master your emotions, and practice gratitude. Invest in relationships, prioritize your health, and never stop learning. Focus on solutions and embrace the power of delayed gratification. These habits aren't quick fixes, they're the foundation of a life you'll be proud of.